Hello, wonderful people. How are we doing today? Today, I'm going to be doing something very much different from what I've been doing before on my channel. Today, I'm going to be exploring a mobile editing app called KineMaster. A lot of people send me Instagram messages, Facebook messages, and also on Telegram asking me, how do I do this? How do I do that? And they forgot that I am also a newbie like them. I mean, I'm a small YouTuber, but I think I've been exploring this particular app for some time now, so I'm ready to share my experience with this app. And then also, if I need an upgrade, of course, there's always room for upgrade. So today I'm going to be doing my exploration with KineMaster Mobile app. The good thing about this app is that you could use it on your mobile devices. You don't really need a computer to use it. So come along with me if you're a new YouTuber, if you're a young YouTuber, if you're a small YouTuber, if you're a newbie on this platform. Thank you so much. Let's share the screen. Click on the KineMaster app icon, then at the upper part of this thing, you see the settings, you see the notification, the home, then you also see the circular with a plus box inside it. That is exactly where you're going to be adding anything you want to add. I clicked on the setting and it took me to information, editing, and sorting. The information is just about me, my code, my subscription status, signing in and signing out, and also on the information page you have about KineMaster, the legal information, policy, and terms of service. Then the iOS setting or Android setting, if you're using an Android device, could tell you a lot about that. And then the editing and the sorting is also under the setting. I just leave them on default because I don't want to change anything. And I go back to the home, that is where you have the asset store, and there are so many things you could play around with on the in the asset store. And some of these things are not for free if you're using a free mode. Some of them are paid. Then you have the tests, so many different types of tests. You have languages: Korean, Japanese, Arabic, Chinese, and Thai. Then you go over to the music asset. That is where you get your audio library and where you get some of the sounds to make music and the background of your project. You also, what you do is just click on it, play it. If you like it, you download it. You also have sound effects. This is where you get your click sound, your bell sound, your camera sound, your clapping sound, whatever sound effect you want to do. Just play it. If you like it, download it, and then use it in your projects. So that is it for the sound effects. Yes. The next thing is the clip graphic. The clip graphic shows you a lot you could use to make your project more interesting and more aesthetic. Some of them are just what you're seeing right now. You could just download them and use them, especially if you're in a premium mode. Then the next thing, we are going to import our projects. When you click on that, what you get is the aspect ratio: 16:9, 9:16, and 1:1. If you're doing YouTube, go for 16:9. If you're doing Instagram stories, go for 9:16 aspect ratios, the vertical and the horizontal. Now, when you click on 16:9, which is what I'm doing for YouTube, this is what you get. You have the back sign, you have the undo and redo, you have the camera icon, which helps you to take pictures while doing your project. Pictures from the video you're editing. Then you have the settings, the project settings, and this project settings shows you what to do with your audio, your visual, and your sorting. I just leave all of them on default. Then the next thing is to pick up a project. I've already picked a particular video I want to edit. First of all, run the video, play it from the beginning to the end to know what it looks like, what you got from your camera. Then when you must have done this, the next thing you do is to do all those things that you would do repetitively. You want to do them in a whole, like the mixer. If you feel your voice is not sound enough, you could increase the mixer to increase your voice, to make it more audible and more refined. If you're done with that, you can go to speed. I do that a lot. I just increase my speed a little so that everything flows. It doesn't bore anybody. I use 1.1, 1.2, depending on what the project is all about. And when you do this, if you increase your speed, it's going to change your voice. So don't forget to click on the keep pitch when you must have increased your speed, so that your voice doesn't change from your normal voice maybe to a robotic or to any other thing. So when you click on keep pitch, it's going to bring your voice. The next is going to filter, and if you're on a free mode you will get only none and basic, but because I have a premium mode I could get warm, cold, vivid, mono, and low saturation, and you just play around them to see the effect it's going to give to your project. Like if you want it warm, of course it's going to be brighter. You want it cold and vivid or mono, or if you want it mono, it's going to just give you the black and white or in just one color. And you want the low saturation, it means it's not going to give you so much color difference or color gradients. So that is it for the filter. And the next we want to do is the adjustment. This is where you adjust your brightness, the contrast, and the saturation. Just keep it simple. Do not overexpose your project, and do not add so much color to it so that it looks artificial. It has to look the way, just like you. So you don't keep it so high or so low so that people will begin to wonder if this is really you. So just keep it simple, keep it low, keep it smooth so that you have a smooth project and something that is good. Then the Vignette, this is just trying to darken the peripheral or the outer edges of your project and making the central your focus. It's just like when you say you're blurring the background, but it doesn't really blur the background. It just makes the peripheral or the outer edges a kind of dark, and making these people to focus more on you. So that is the effect it gives. And also you have the trim and split. You have the trim to the left, trim to the right, cut at the playhead. The playhead is the pink vertical line you are seeing. So whenever you want to split, you cut them. So if you click on the plus sign that is behind this, it's going to take you to transition. And here you have several of them. I usually go for the 3D transitions, and you have a variety of them on the right hand side at the upper part. So this is one of them. You could use this. There are several of them. And the thing is that when you're using it, just try to check the timing. Check the timing of the transition. Yes, now is on 1.5. You could reduce it to make it faster. Then you can also increase it to make it slower. I think the slower it comes, the better the effect. If you make it so fast, people might not even notice it. So that is, you just use the timer at the top of the playhead to just go about your transition. And then another thing is, if you want to split the project, you just go straight to trimmer, the scissor sign, and then you split it. But at this time, I want to add another project to it. So you just click on the media on the layer, then you add, or you click on the media at the top of the circle, then you add another project. This is actually my intro. So you add another project, and the next thing you want to do, you want to see through the layer. You have the media. The media, you want to add a photo or another video, a kind of overlay. That is when you use the media under the layer. So here I'm going to pick just a small video to show you how I actually do. That's the video I have picked. You could notice that after my editing on the main project, it's not looking the same, but they're actually the same video. So what I want to do, if I want to keep it at one corner, I just drag it up or down or at the middle, depending on where you want to keep it. So you could notice that the main project has audio, and this side project also has audio. So what you do, you click on it, and then you go to extract audio to remove the audio from the second project. You just delete it, and now you see that it's only one audio we have in the background. Now you could do a lot with that side or overlay project. You could do a lot. Maybe you're referring to a video you made in the past. You could bring it there and tell people you're referring to a particular image. You could bring it there. You could put your in animation, overall animation, out animation by clicking on all of them. All these icons are there. You could reduce the opacity to make it fancy or keep it at the top. Then you can also do a blending if you want it to match to the screen. You can use whatever blending you want to do, but usually I just keep it at normal because I don't really need any blending there. You can also go for adjustments to make it, keep it at the level with the main project you're doing. Just increase the brightness a little, the contrast and the saturation, and it comes to exactly the same effects the main projects are. You can pull it at the middle, use it to cover the whole project so that there will be a voice in the background while you are demonstrating something for your audience. You could just pull it by the side and all that. You could use your basic effects. I don't really use that. The next thing is text. If you want to add a title, if you want to add a subtopic, if you want to write anything, you just click on the text and it will bring you here. Here you can move it to anyhow you want. You rotate it, you increase the size or reduce the size. You can go to font, which is the AA there. You can use whatever font you want. You can add a color to it. After adding the color, you could go for your in and out animation, your overall animation. Just play around it. There are so many things to play around with. You can add the outline if you want it to look, a little more aesthetic. You can add the outline, and when you add it, you could add a color to the outline. You reduce it and make it so bold that it takes over the whole text. So just play around with all the icons you have there. You can add a glow to it, depends on the color you want to use. And you increase the space of the glow and the whole thing. You can add a background to it. You can just to differentiate it from your main screen background, you can just add a white background, a black background, just whatever color background you want to put to it, you can put to it. And you can leave it anywhere. You can push it to the side. You can just keep it at the... You could click on it gently and drag it to the end of your project. If you wanted to cover the whole of your project, this is how you could put your name, your channel name on your project and all that. Then you also have overlay. I don't really use them. You have the classic and all that. Whatever you want to do with all these things, you could do. And you can repeat everything I have done in the past with the overlay too. The fading, the in animation, the overall animation, the out animation. And then always try to play whatever you have added to know the effect on your projects. And you can go over to handwriting. I don't really use it. So you can go to handwriting and choose whichever one you want. And when you do that, I just removed it. I just deleted it because I don't really use it. Now to the audio library. I have downloaded a lot. So once you get to the one you really want to use, click on it and then add. Click on it, it plays, then you add. When you add, you can go to the mixer and then reduce the volume or increase the volume. Depends on what you want to do with it. Like this one, I reduced it, but it's not enough. I had to pull it down to 5% so that it will not disturb the main project's audio. So just play around it. You can also cut it if you want an audio-free space in your project. Cut it. Click on it and then drag. When you click, you hold it down and then you drag it to wherever you want it to stop so that you don't get any background music in between those places. And then you can increase the volume, you can reduce it. Depends on what you want. Just play around with a lot of things that are there. The next thing is the voiceover, which I'm doing now. Once you click on the record, it will say start, you will start. And then when you record, you try to review it. Is it okay for you or you want to re-record it? If it's okay, you click on the OK sign and it goes. And then you play it back to see what you have actually recorded, whether it's good or not. Now you see that there are two audio already there. So what I'm going to do is to remove the audio from the main project so that I could use my voiceover for that particular space. For trimming or splitting, you have to click on the scissors sign and it will take you to trim to the right, trim to the left, split at the playhead, and then that is how you just do whatever you want to do with it. So after trimming, I think that's the last thing I have to demonstrate, and then we click on the export sign or icon. It takes us to the export and share page. We have 4K, 1080, 720, and the rest of them for resolution, and then 60, 50, 48, 30, 25 for frame rates per second. Check what your camera is on. If your camera is 4K, export at 4K. If your camera is on 30 frame rates per second, export at that. And when you are exporting, just read export in progress. Do not turn off the device or close KineMaster. So in a nutshell, my friends, this is how I edit my videos. And if you gained anything, please do not forget to leave it in the comment section. If you feel there are some things I'm not yet using on this particular app, please also drop it in the comment section. If you want me to review more editing apps that could help us as small YouTubers, also leave it in the comment section. And do not forget to subscribe and watch out for my next video. I've done lots of research and I am ready to pour it out. So be ready also to receive it. Thank you so much and God bless you. I love you all. Bye.